off of top screen.
Oh, that's right.
Laying the good stuff.
Marriage! Hi, everybody.
Marriage.
Welcome to Children of Wrath. A skeleton's getting
Marriage
married
is what
today.
we
I forgot
get
the skeleton was getting married today too.
A
Honestly,
skeleton getting married today.
we do have a list of things that are going to be happening today, so not just skeleton marriage. Plenty of activity, plenty of things.
Mermaid marriage.
I mean,
marriage.
love, twoo love.
Marriage.
That's our obligatory dozen Princess Bride references.
Yep.
And no, wait. The wedding will get interrupted by ROUTS.
Rodents of unusual size.
Yes.
I don't think they exist.
I have bad news about several combat encounters you've been in.
Well, hi everybody. Now that we've been, Mads still does exist here. You can see, like,
Yeah, hi.
she technically exists. Lindsay is not here. So yes, I'm just going to announce now, Lindsay's going to be on break for a little bit, so it's just going to be the 4 players for now. Hopefully she can come back soon. Everybody, wish her the best until then. But for now, we're going to continue our adventures with these 4 crazy people. If you missed last time, we kind of moved into this kind of, like, 6 months?
Mm-hmm.
The 6-month time skip that we're kind of going through, and that certain things are going to be happening during that time. So what I'm going to kind of do now for you, because we're kind of going to resolve all the activities you each wanted to do, I'm kind of going to go down the list of everybody and kind of resolve what happens with each of you as you're exploring and doing things during that month period. And we're going to have scenes related to those. So it's going to kind of be in chronological order, yet not, because we are going to kind of skip around as for people. Let's start with good old Claud. So Claud, I know that the big things that you wanted to do, of course, is you were going to be unlocking doors in the house. And then just, I don't know if you were doing anything necessarily related to school. You didn't write it into the plans for school, then.
Oh, crap.
So it's like, I don't remember them because, like, again, like, I'm bad that way.
The main thing with school, other than, doing my normal classes and stuff, is trying to find out any information I can on any more the shadow races.
I think we rolled checks.
Yeah, we did do
for
that. I'm just saying, I'm going to continue trying to pry in that direction.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, you'll continue with your kind of like developing your ability to try to transform and control yourself. Your time with the bird will be good because you'll kind of like develop your understanding of how you function physically a lot more, and kind of unlock a little bit of what all those various things you can transform into. I'll kind of probably put you under some new Claud information there, because I think there's some things in new Claud that I have under
And remember,
notes that might
the other thing too was focusing internally on the souls within me and trying to understand who they are more.
I mean, you'll certainly understand who they are just a little bit more. That's not something I'm going to argue against. Mm-hmm.
That was my other big focus of learning who Claude is.
Yeah. But you will also figure out what some of the things in the house are, because you're going to open up some of the rooms. Let me move everybody to the 2nd floor.
I apologize beforehand, everybody.
Yeah, we'll see how these go.
Swear to God, if you, like, burn our house to the ground because you've opened the wrong door.
No, I'm just going to unleash Cthulhu.
We don't have house insurance.
Does insurance exist?
Pirates probably still have life insurance. That's a thing that pirates did.
Yeah, but pirates are smarter than us.
This is true.
Anyway, so on the second floor there were 3 more locked rooms, J, Q, and R. So J will of course be the first room I'm going to guess you're going to open up, as it is one of the rooms that has, along with the the various rooms that each have items in them. You know, as you kind of like open them up, like the weird boar room, the skeleton room, the jellyfish room.
There's a skeleton room?
Yeah, the bones that had the weird arm.
Yeah, the arm. I thought of putting the arm on my arm, but I didn't put the arm on my arm because it wouldn't have worked.
Yes. But you will take some time, and eventually you will be able to, of course, get door J open and see what is inside there. Inside that chamber, of course. Excuse me for a second, just, you know, barking on my nose.
It's another zoo now.
That room would be tiny, and it would be like a miniature zoo, which would be something cool for me to do for you.
Maybe it's an extra-dimensional space.
It's like the things from Spy Kids 2, the tiny animals.
Oh god.
Steve Buscemi's there.
God.
For no considerable reason.
Spy Kids 2, that's a reference. I'm like, wow. That was a hell of a reference.
It's a cinematic masterpiece is what it is.
Sure. Anyway. So in that room is a, what appears to be a body made of some kind of strange blue material. As soon as you kind of, like, take a step in, it strains at these chains that's connected to it, as it's this kind of, like, a kind of glowing blue, almost like metal body, even though you can see that it's like also, it looks emaciated.
Eldritch Sight.
There seems to be some kind of magic to this creature, but it's kind of hard to tell. Come on, freaking Firefox, work. Load up.
Knowledge something?
I was trying to look up something quickly here. So I can give you a bit more information, and give you a bit more information about what you're scanning. Where?
Magical eye detection.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. So, there is a kind of strange, almost necromantic property to the skin of this creature. Almost like it's like an outer shell. And you can tell the difference between it with your sight.
Interesting.
This kind of like blue, shiny material.
Knowledge religion?
Sure.
Oh, shouldn't have had advantage.
I will take the 9 then, because that was the
Yeah.
first one. You're not sure what the hell this thing is.
Knowledge Arcana?
Or
no?
You can give me one. Sure. So, you're not sure what it is at all. It's alive-ish. It doesn't look alive. Could be a construct, could be some kind of undead. What you're thinking is, it was created with whatever the material is on the outside of it, and it's some kind of magic material you have never seen. There are things like, there are materials and like metals that are like legendary, and people speak of them and have like maybe magical properties and things like that. But this is one that you have no idea what it would be. but it seems very unusual.
As in the house.
Sure.
Probably.
Kaz?
Yes.
I found something you might want to look at.
Are you fucking unlocking doors? God damn it. Kaz will go see the bullshit that you've unleashed this time.
It's chained up.
Oh, it's alive.
I think in some fashion.
Okay. What
It's
skill
blue.
check? What skill check should I make?
Religion would be good to start out with, but you could also roll an Arcana.
Okay, well, I'm much better at Arcana, so I'll do an Arcana. Or I mean, if I'm ultimately doing both, then I guess I'll start with the religion.
Mm-hmm.
14 on the religion, so not dandy.
Better than I did.
Yeah, well. And then Arcana. 12. Wow, I did worse. I don't know, shit, fuck, bro.
You will know something, though. You can think just by the nature of what it looks like. This thing is some kind of undead. And it seems as though you recognize the way that the body has been treated and the way that like things have been put. This thing was mummified. And the only reason I'm giving you that is because you did do studying with history and stuff.
I was an archaeologist. I did some Indiana Jones ass shit.
So yeah, you recognize that this thing was mummified, but it wasn't mummified in a traditional way. It was mummified by layering it in some kind of material. Some kind of strange metal or element.
Are you familiar with the melanated man? Okay, it's this idea where if you take a mummy and you mummify it in honey, it becomes a panacea, like a cure-all. This is like that if they did fucked up metal shit instead of honey and it wasn't made for medicine.
Okay. Do we need maybe
This thing also isn't human. It looks basically human, except it has some kind of like animal-like head. It's kind of hard to tell what kind of animal it was, but this thing certainly isn't normal.
Do we need a radiant?
Couldn't hurt. Killing it might also be a good idea if we can figure out how to do that. It is undead.
It didn't start moving until I walked in the room.
Okay, what happens if we leave the room?
It kind of just goes back to not moving.
Alternate solution, we lock the door, and this is one of the rooms we don't go in. We're slowly getting more of those.
Yes, but maybe we should ask Radiant. She might have some insight into this. It wouldn't
Sure.
be bad to know what this thing is.
I suppose we can ask Radiant, sure. If Radiant is around.
Okay,
She's been
you can
spending
find her
time there.
eventually and bring her over there, and she'll kind of look at like, what the heck is that?
Oh, so you don't know either.
Ah.
That's what we wanted to ask you, if you knew what this could be.
She's gonna take a look at it. I'm just gonna roll something here. Ah, I've never seen anything like this. It's obviously some kind of mummification process. And
That's what I said.
Yeah. It seems exacting, too. The creature... I don't know, it's not even something that I think is any kind of creature I've ever seen before, too.
It is undead.
I mean, whatever it was before it was undead.
Okay, I think we should either kill it or just lock the room again.
I'm not confident that anything I do will have a normal effect on what this is. I don't know the nature of its shell or creation. Let's lock it away for now and worry about it if we need to.
I could try. It's Well, it is metal, and I can just like heat it, like heat the metal that encompasses its whole being.
That also might heat the
Oh, they might heat the chains.
and allow it to free itself.
Okay, yeah, that's a bad idea. Lock the door then? We good with the locking of the door?
I think we're good with the locking of the door.
Fantastic.
All right. Next room on this floor.
Q.
Q. So Q appears to be some kind of research room, and it's all around this strange vat of black material.
Oh god, not another vat.
There's too many vats in this house.
Eldritch
Previous.
Sight.
It's certainly magical. Or it has some kind of magical aura to it. Make an Arcana check followed by a History check.
Okay. Arcana. Not bad. And history. Yes.
Okay. You study it for a minute and put your hand across it, and then you realize there's something incredibly familiar about this. It's similar to you.
Oh boy.
We found your evil brother, Maud.
My evil sister?
I don't know.
Is it played by B. Arthur?
No.
Can it take the form of B. Arthur?
No. It's not you. It's similar to you. Jeez.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, but no.
Uh-huh. Actually, on this one, I am going to see if I can find the bird hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
And see if it might have any insight. Saria, right?
Saria.
Claudia.
All right,
Sorry.
yeah, you can find Saria. Saria will squawk loudly. What is that you brought to us? No, back away from it. Back away from it.
Do you know what it is?
Yes, I understand what it is, because it is of a creation very similar to our own. Good Sir Claud, good Sir Claud. You remember what we are. Both you and I are beings of flowstone, the greatest material of them all. But flowstone was derived from another material. Flowstone was created in order to create more physical materials. We, as organics, are unique. There was another material created that we were based upon, that was created specifically for messing with organic creations. That is what we see before us.
So this is kind of a primordial version?
Far worse. This is in essence what the great plane that created us is from. This is Phyrexia.
On that note, I am closing the damn door.
Lock.
There's a vat of Phyrexian oil in there.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Phyrexian oil is also nanomachines created by the Phyrexians.
But viral, if I remember correctly.
It is viral and made to infect organics and convert them into Phyrexians. Flowstone is
I'm
based
also
upon
going
that.
I'm also going to, on top of everything, carve into the door, do not enter.
Mm-hmm.
This I'm more afraid of than anything else in this house.
I do not know what effect. I'm going to tell you. I could not determine the effect of you being exposed to that, because you are similar materials, but you are still very different. The result would be
It's
weird.
anything Phyrexian though.
I think it would just fuck me right up.
Mm-hmm. Then you probably want to stay out of R, as R seems to be a collection of artifacts from the war. Particularly artifacts of Phyrexian nature that apparently the person was collecting to study. Things like, parts of, like, various craft, parts of various kind of, like, creatures, the mechanical parts of them, not their biological parts, things like that.
They
I will let
are they inert?
Kaz know about it.
I mean, you call them, they are probably inert. They have been dead for a few hundred years.
Excellent.
Uh-huh. You locking that one up too?
I'm going to let him know about it, but I'm going to say if you decide to do anything in there, be extremely cautious.
Please, I'm a scientist. I understand caution. Well, I will do my best.
And don't tell Carrie about it.
Agreed.
You don't tell Carrie about anything. Carrie will just touch stuff.
Rude.
I mean, if she stopped touching stuff.
If you didn't,
Well,
start...
yeah, I'm definitely not telling Carrie about the freaking Phyrexian oil. She might just go in there and try to get a glass of it.
Okay, not even Carrie is that dumb.
I mean, there's a lot of it left over in Urborg and has...
a witch.
Yeah, you are getting...
Yeah, the worst thing that could do is kill me.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you want to check out the ones on the 3rd floor? One of them is out of Kaz's room, and that's E, which is up to Kaz if he wants to open it. But you could also check out O if you wanted to.
I'll go to O first.
Okay. Getting into it. At first glance, seems to be a closet of sorts. Though, one closer inspection, there seems to be a device in here that you can usually tell with our sight gives off like an illusion kind of sight. And, activating it shows off this incredibly beautiful human woman. And you can switch her between the various dresses which seem to be in that closet. As if she's posed in them.
Okay, I will let Mads and, Max know about that.
Okay. The dressing room.
Pray tell, what sort of adventures have you been up to in our home?
Checking out some doors.
Yes, fine.
I feel like we should have learned our lesson at this point not to explore this house. It seems rather haunted, don't you think?
This is why I came with. After the first one had a metal mummy in it. Now I'm here to make sure that nothing bad happens.
There was a mummy in our home?
A metal mummy.
Was it dangerous?
Probably.
There's also artifacts from Phyrexia.
That's also true.
That's a problem.
Those are locked, and the one room I put do not enter in because that one scares me more than anything.
I'm going to give you that the idea of Phyrexian artifacts is not necessarily terrible because there was a global war and they had warships which have crashed, so there are lots of Phyrexian artifacts around. So collecting them on their own is probably not bad. That room is probably the least bad out of all of them. Yeah. Is it good to read? Like, there's good and bad in studying Phyrexia kind of thing. They have techniques which are far beyond your thing, because you have to think of them as as I've kind of described them, they assimilate people. They're like Magic Borg, if you know Star Trek, Yeah. They have technology you guys don't. But they also are like horrible conversionists and assimilate you into their ways.
And the other room has a liquid from Phyrexia that my body was derived from. But
it's bad.
It's viral.
That's not good. That shouldn't leave this home ever.
I agree. That's why I locked the door and carved "Do not enter."
Regarding the other Phyrexian things, were there anything of note that might be worth, giving to a scientist to research, or?
Yeah, they are. Me, I'm researching.
You have no
Hi.
idea off the top of your head. And I will tell you, Phyrexian oil, especially probably you, Kaz, because you probably study some of this stuff, you would know that it is a thing that exists still in Dominaria in various places. The good news about it is the nature of Dominaria actually combining with Wrath has actually had an interesting result to give a general resistance to oil to a lot of things.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Basically, when a structure made entirely of nanomachines overlaid and merged with the realm, apparently it has a result of making nanomachines not have as much of a result when interacting with it. The problem is there still is taint in places. Especially in places like the swamps of Urborg, where it's really hard to clean that shit up.
We'll fix that eventually.
Yeah. There's like
But
ancient collapsed vessels in places like the swamps of Urborg which aren't cleaned up. Other places
I'm going to
it gets
exploit
cleaned
that.
up. Other places it tends to get cleaned up, or it has been. You know.
But guys, look at this interesting contraption.
What is this?
I'll show them how it changes costume. Well, apparently it's a
Wardrobe picker.
model that can model off the clothing that's in here.
This isn't a real person, is it?
I hope not.
Can I examine this thing?
Sure.
Okay.
Give me an investigation check.
I would be happy to. Let me actually pull up my character sheet. You said investigation?
I said investigation.
Sure.
All right.
Damn. Good at what I do.
You'll take a look around, and you'll actually find that there is a very hard to see plaque on it. And it says, in the words on the plaque says, "In memory of my beloved."
I'm starting to think this belonged to the former owner of the house.
Yeah, probably.
I fold my arms and look at the... You said it was a machine, right?
It is a kind of like machine. It uses magic to basically kind of display an illusion, almost kind of like like a holographic display, except it's using magic, and probably some artifice. And it's displaying like an image of this woman, and you can just change the outfits that she's in. She's like in a very like a happy pose, kind of like going like a tee-hee, kind of like kind of smiling for someone.
Maxwell folds his arm and he looks at the machine very sadly.
It's a little creepy.
Carrie, you want to pick out a dress?
Even I'm a little bit freaked out by that thing.
What sort of dresses does it have? What colors?
Probably moth-eaten.
No, actually, they're pretty nice in this area.
Oh.
The room was pretty sealed.
Yeah. Good news. Room pretty sealed.
Is there like a goth outfit for it?
Probably not. A lot
Is
of
there a
beautiful
wedding
dresses.
gown?
Probably a wedding gown and a lot of beautiful dresses.
Ooh, hey, Otula. Hey, this might look good for coming up nuptials.
I have some reservations about getting a wedding dress from this place.
That's a fair point.
That is a really fair point. That is.
I'd sooner buy something for Lotula than have her wear something here. Granted, I suppose that's also up to her.
Well, at least we found one room that's not dangerous.
Yeah, that reminds me. We should check the other one off of my bedroom, because if there's a weird holographic man living in there, I'd like to kick him out.
What if it's really sexy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into it.
Is this machine bound to the house, or is it able to leave?
You might be able to uninstall it. You're not 100% sure, but you think you could. At least Cass probably could.
I'm an artificer.
What, do you want to sell it to a dress shop?
No, but I feel like there could be some use for this down the line.
So, Kaz, in your closet,
In your
it's
closet?
it's a miniature armory.
tiny little armors.
That's rad.
Polearms, swords, crossbows, a couple of weapons that you've never seen before, some kind of device which you get the feeling is probably incredibly dangerous but being stored here.
Anything magical?
Sure. The strange kind of device with buttons on it.
I'd like to pick up the device.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take the device outside.
Uh-huh. You take a look at it, and you can tell just by, like, because you were in there recently, it seems to be something that is bastardized between what you can guess appears to be Phyrexian technology and something else.
Carrion, do you want to see what happens when he starts pushing buttons on this weird device I found?
Absolutely.
Alright, I'm going to push a button.
Alright. A timer shows up that starts ticking down.
Okay, I throw it. I throw it. I just throw it.
Where are you throwing it at?
Away from me.
How far away from you?
And what direction?
Kazrin, I know this might sound silly, but maybe you should put this in the bag of holding.
Cass, toss it to me.
I have so many things in the bag of holding.
I think you should take them out really
I can
quickly. I
fly.
think this is an explosive.
I'm going to cast Levitate on it and just levitate it about 50 feet up in the air.
How do we know this won't detonate the house?
70 feet up in the air.
Okay. It's 70 feet up in the air. So,
I probably should have cast Identify on this before I started pushing.
Oh god, yes.
You can only move it 20 feet around.
Yeah, but isn't that like...
And the range is
That's
60
6
feet.
seconds, and it looks like you have 10 seconds on here.
Kazrin, put it in the bag now.
Okay, I turn the bag inside out,
Uh-huh.
so all my shit just goes all over the place, and then I put it in the bag and I close the bag.
Okay. Alright.
Is the bag still standing?
The bag is still intact.
Is
I
it,
think
like,
it's safe to say the timer ran out.
Is it like vibrating or anything?
It's
Wait,
another
does
plane,
time
so you're not
pass normally in the bag?
theoretically,
Is what
yes.
normally in the bag?
Yes,
Me?
time passes the same
Time,
speed.
okay.
Yes. But it is
Alright.
technically a pocket dimension, so you're not sure how it would result in that, what happened.
Okay, everyone stand back. I'm going to open the bag. Point
Hold
it
on.
away.
Let me help with this. I summon my spectral hand.
Oh, this
Let the hand open the bag. I move it as far as I possibly can, and then
Let's
open it
have
from
the
afar.
opening pointed off the cliff,
Alright.
just
Sure.
into empty space.
Okay. So you will see, like, the bag open for a second, and then you see this kind of strange black smoke begin to billow out from the cloud. From there, kind of clouding down and kind of, like, pouring out. Falling down off the cliff.
Magical?
Yes!
I've closed the bag.
Okay.
That smoke is magical.
Can we identify that?
It probably has some incredible transmutation and necromantic effects to it.
Arcana?
Sure.
Do we have something with which to test out to see what this does that perhaps isn't us?
You will take note. I'm going to give you, kind of like looking at it and kind of watching it. You'll note that a couple of plants that were on the cliff face have wilted and turned to... It looks like salt.
This might be dangerous for organic life.
I have regrets.
I think that was a very impulsive choice, my friend.
It was, but I've been like very cautious lately. I just needed to get it out of my system.
You have to figure out what to do with a bag of holding full of effectively part of a Phyrexian weapon of mass destruction a guy made into a handheld bomb.
We may need to quarantine our bag for an undisputed amount of time. This does not seem safe for our realm.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So the bag of holding is my own invention.
Mm-hmm.
If I turn it into a normal bag with all this stuff in it, what happens?
You have no idea.
Okay, I have an idea. We're going to put this bag in one of the empty lockable rooms. We're going to lock it. We're going to carve "Do Not Enter" on the door. And then we just leave the bag in there forever. And I make a new one.
But are the rooms going to hold whether if stuff comes out of it, will the rooms hold it in?
Stuff can't come out of there unless it's opened. I gotta be honest about that. Like the nature of the magic. Cows can tell you that.
So the rooms are like hermetically, magically sealed.
Yeah, and the bag itself, unless it's actually, like, if it's closed, it will not have anything go between it. It's sort of like if you have it open.
Well, no, but if he makes it into if he makes the bag, the old one will turn into a regular bag. Would the room hold that stuff in? I'm thinking
you have no idea.
I think we need to invest in something kind of glass container that we can seal.
There were glass containers in the one room in the basement for sealing up things.
Catherine, how long would it take you to make another bag? Perhaps we should just get rid of this entirely.
Like a day and a half?
A day and a half? We should just throw this away.
Well, yeah, but we can't just throw it away because there's a Phyrexian weapon of mass destruction inside of it.
What if we seal it up in one of those containers in the basement first?
What if we ask for help?
Hey, what was the restriction for talking to Nim? Was it just in grave danger?
Well, not necessarily Nim, but we are, again, 20 minutes.
Do we want to
from the college?
Do we want to open that bag of worms of...
I'd rather the world not know about this and share it with someone we can trust personally.
Hey, they're going to start asking questions of, where did this come from? What is this?
And they might accuse us of creating this.
I'm gonna give you, there's one person that Kaz knows that Kaz has a feeling that he'd probably be the most trustworthy.
The Kraken?
He's the
Is it that professor I'm TAing with?
It's the professor you're TAing for because he doesn't do anything at college. And
he doesn't. He's great. This is perfect.
He also like knows way more than you'd think. Like, the amount of topics he studies is insane.
I know just the person to ask about this. He's a little crazy, probably, but so are literally all of us.
Is he trustworthy?
I'm gonna make an insight check on this man.
Sure.
Is that we can make this. If any of y'all got any buffing abilities,
I sure do. Bardic Inspiration for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm gonna need that.
Mm-hmm. So you're basically gonna like probably go to him.
God damn, do I need that? Hey, what's your Bardic Inspiration? Is it an 8?
I think it's an 8 at this point. I'm sorry. You get a D10.
Oh, poggers. All right.
Okay.
That was solid. Nice.
16.
Cool.
Thank you.
Teamwork.
What can I do for you? It's not normal that you come to me, especially when it's not your time for work. Or is it? Have I lost track of time?
No, I'm off today. But with the 16, can I trust this man? Is this man trustable?
I wouldn't say he's 100% trustable, but like from all your workings with him, he certainly is the type that if there is important secrets, he certainly is good at keeping them.
Okay, so he's discreet. That's even better than trustable.
Yeah.
Well, no, but it's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need your discretion with an issue.
He'll close the book he was reading. Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure if you're aware. We recently purchased that horrible mansion where the previous owner was... all that was ever found of him was his tongue.
And the eyes.
And the eyes.
Yes, I did not know that you were the ones to purchase it, but I'm aware of the building you speak of.
Okay, how aware are you of this building and the contents of the building?
Only slightly aware. I was consulted on a few experiments, but nothing that, not everything that man was doing.
Okay. He had a device.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, the device was activated.
All right.
It was activated, however, inside of my bag of holding. So the effect of it is contained within a demi-plane.
Interesting. All right. What sort of device did it seem to be?
Weapon of mass destruction?
What nature?
Phyrexian.
You were saying that he had unused arms from the war lying around.
Modified unused arms from the war.
And I'm guessing by chance that your investigation of it activated it. Yes?
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, we can leave it at that and reduce all culpability in all parties.
Well, sounds like it's contained.
It is contained. The issue lies in that I'm not sure how long it will stay contained.
Most of the materials that they created were either very viral, causing plagues and death, or created effects that were meant to cause massive amounts of death and destruction over an area. Examples would be such as the, basically, the salting of Benalia.
Say that one again?
The salting of Benalia.
I'm gonna make a history check to see if I know what the salting of Benalia is, because hey, you said those plants got turned to salt.
I did.
We pay attention.
God damn. Hey, what are my rolls today? These suck. I need new dice.
I can bardic inspiration you again, but I don't know if I'm in the same room.
I don't think you're in here, because I don't know if the professor's cool with me inviting my bros to hang out in his fucked up office.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the salting of Benalia.
Okay.
Because I'm guessing a 10 isn't going to give me any information.
No. The only thing that you assume that has something to do with the destruction of Benalia post the invasion.
Could you tell me more about the salting of Benalia? It might be relevant.
Benalia City, proper, back during the time of the invasion, was hit with a number of weapons and also was attacked. The city was destroyed, the people scattered, and the results of it were that the area around there was devastated. Post that time period, the area was plagued by dust storms, various natural catastrophes, and by the time that the time rifts opened, it could best be the area of Benalia was best described as a barren wasteland, salt flats. What's left
Okay,
of
I
the city,
think that is exactly what this weapon is.
and what was left of the city was a salt-choked ruin.
Word.
It wasn't
Okay,
until after the mending, where the land began to recover, and the 7 houses were able to rebuild it. In the last 200 years, they've made great strides at returning the territory where Benalia City currently is, from the waste it was to, at very least, grasslands and some areas of forest. Life has returned to the area.
I have regrets. I believe that this might be producing a similar effect. As I said, it is contained, and it will stay contained as long as this bag remains closed. The issue is I can't maintain the magic of this bag permanently. If you have any sort of permanent containment solution for incredibly dangerous artifacts and magical effects, this bag should go there as soon as possible.
Unfortunately, I personally do not have anything, but I can tell you that if you would be to bring this to the headmaster, and I could send a note that would allow you to avoid a little bit of your story. It's probably best that, with whatever's going on in that household, less people investigate it.
I would agree with that.
I personally have no interest in what's there, though I must ask, how is the containment areas? Are they still functioning?
The locked rooms?
No. The underground.
Oh, the zoo. It's fine. Works well. The animals seem to be, perfectly content in their environs.
After all these years. Interesting. I did a better job than I thought.
You're welcome to visit.
No.
All right.
Take this note to the headmaster. Inform her that, by chance, you discovered something, and that I've advised you to give it to her to contain it. And it is dangerous and of Phyrexian nature. Don't give her details of what's inside, just say what is inside is deadly.
All right. Will I be alone in this meeting?
I'm not going.
Oh. All right, but
He's
if
going to pick
I
up his book and start reading again.
if I get expelled, you're paying my student loans. And then I'll go to the headmistress, apparently.
Oh, she liked us. She knew Nim.
Mm-hmm.
She did know Nim. She did like us. That might change in a second.
Mm-hmm.
That might be beneficial to us, though.
Catherine, what can I do for you?
I have a small emergency that I need your help with.
All right.
What's the name of the professor that I'm working with?
Joda.
Did Joda contact you about me possibly coming up here?
I did receive a message that said you were coming and it was of something of urgent.
Yes. So I have this bag here.
Mm-hmm. I know that you've been experimenting with demi planes. You seem to have more success than some of other people.
It's true. For some reason, nobody has ever bothered to ask me for blueprints, but that's besides the point. Contained currently in this demi-plane is an effect of a Phyrexian weapon. And it needs to be contained. And I can't contain it forever.
I was asked in the message that I was sent to not ask questions about what's going on with you, so I assume... Don't answer this, because I don't want an answer. I assume that you were doing something for Joda, came across something by accident, activated it, used your demi-plane to kind of hide it. And now, because it is still technically your fault, but you were technically under the orders of someone, that meant to be contained secretly. Don't answer that if it's right or not, but regardless, though, we do have a way of taking care of your problem. The last 200 years, we've studied many Phyrexian weapons, and while they're still deadly, we can deactivate some of them and stop others. Many of their viral agents, we found ways to cure. Some of their chemical agents, we found ways to counteract and to rend inert through proper alchemy. Do you know if it's viral or chemical in nature?
I believe chemical.
All right.
It does not seem viral. If it was viral, I don't believe it would be as easy to contain.
Joda trusts you and seems to keep the discretion. So I'll need you to keep some discretion. Come with me.
All right.
She's going to lead you to kind of like a back wall of her office, and she's going to move her hand over the wall, and it's just going to kind of like disappear. And inside will be like what looks to be some kind of like circle with runes written on it. And she's going to kind of stand on and motion for you to come next to her.
I will do so.
She's gonna kind of like move her hand over a crystal and speak some kind of incantation nearby. As you'll see, like, the floor you're on kind of lift up for a second. You'll feel it, the circle, and it'll begin to float downwards. And you'll float downwards for quite a while. When it finally stops moving, you're going to find yourself in a massive room. And the first thing that you're noticed in here is what appears to be at least 4 Phyrexian battleships. They're airships that seem to be in partial work of dissection.
All right.
Kaz, stop drooling.
In the interest of some semi-transparency, this is in fact a special interest of mine, these airships.
We'll talk after we take care of your deal.
Mm.
But to keep things simple, we've continued the work of our original founder, Urza, in a certain way. Urza always studied the Phyrexians, and so when the college was remade, we included some of his original designs of old dry docks and such. We've been working on getting our own airship technology back up and running, but since the destruction and, well, of the original Weatherlight, though it has been reborn in recent years, the problem is that exact technology has been lost. Smaller versions of airships can be created, but something with the size of the Phyrexians ships, or even the Weatherlight itself, have always technically eluded artificers. Hence their ships are here to study. For the past couple of decades, we've managed to acquire as many of these as we can, along with a number of other things. We've been secretly taking care of a lot of problems, so to say, on the market out there. Ordvada and another of other nations have actually had secret dealings in Phyrexian artifice. We've been there to clean up messes. Like yours. Phyrexians are dead, but they're not gone. Some of their war machines still exist out there. Phyrexian oil is still a problem, especially in places like Urborg, and some of the areas that are attuned towards black mana where it can hide. In other areas of mana colors, it's either been rendered inert by the energies and by the various apocalyptic effects in our world. That was fortunate. The time refs, the mending, afterwards, even the great mana shortages did a number on the Phyrexian oil, except in certain areas. Other Phyrexian creations still remain, some of them reborn in new and interesting ways. Just recently, we discovered that, as she's going to point over to what this thing that's kind of like, it looks like it's being like chained up with these like magical chains that look to be made of like a glowing energy, and it looks to be like a Phyrexian like a huge Phyrexian war machine, but it also looks partially made of like trees and grass. We don't know how that happened, but a Phyrexian death machine merged with an elemental somehow.
That's terrifying, like genuinely terrifying.
It seems mostly elemental now in nature, but we worry about the fact that it's built on a Phyrexian shell. We're not sure how much of the original creation still exists within that mindset. And
No, understand. I mean, if it is potentially, as previously stated, most Phyrexian things are viral, I'm terrified of the possibility of it infecting something else and, spreading to create more Phyrexian elemental machine.
Fortunately, many of the Phyrexian machines were not viral in nature.
Hmm.
Their main usage was their Phyrexian oil for conversion. Phyrexian oil itself doesn't necessarily mean a conversion of an organic being. It has effects on them. It affects the mind, and it can drive people to do certain things. I would say you are more susceptible. Your replacement lungs.
Oh, right. Hmm.
Those that
Eh.
master artifice or use artifice to fix their bodies, replace them, tend to have much more of a... They're more vulnerable. Since Phyrexian oil is both organic and artifice changing in nature. Fortunately, apparently the nature of our realm seems to keep it at bay too. Various apocalypses, merger with Rath itself, I'm not sure the exact results of it. But the oil is mostly contained wherever it's at. It's just cleaning it up, disposing of it, which is not always easy. It technically has a mild sentience to itself. Regardless, though. Here. She's going to bring you into it. Bring you into this area where there's these, like 3 massive glass spheres. And one of the... 2 massive glass spheres, and the middle is this massive metal sphere with what appears to be like a seal on it that you know. She's like, we can contain and hopefully get rid of your mistake here. Or the mistake of your bag, we should say, we'll call it. Because we don't know, since I don't know for sure if it's your mistake.
This is good. This is very good.
She'll ask some kind of old spellcat, like wizard man. He looks very like robed figure, sagist, to open the machine. He'll like use some magic to open up the central chamber. You'll be told to put your bag in there.
I will.
And then they will basically take time and pump. They'll say like, "Can you break the enchantment on your bag at any time?"
Hey, see, I'm actually trying to figure that out myself right now. I don't think... Let me double check. I think I did a shortened version of the infusion information when I typed it in, just for brevity's sake, because the Everon sourcebook can be long-winded. Give me a quick moment to ensure that I have all the details.
Good old Everon.
No.
Long-
Good old. It's a good thing I have memorized the page number that the Artificer playbook is on. And here we are. Let's see. Infusions. Here we go. I did in fact do a much shorter one. I need another bag, just any bag for the moment. If I have another bag, I can instantly destroy the infusion.
They'll bring you back.
Great. I will infuse this new bag as a bag of holding.
Okay.
And the other one, just the infusion goes away.
Okay. Then they will effectively, you'll see like a number of chemicals, alchemical chemicals pumped into each of these 2 spheres, and in turn there's these mixtures being pumped into this central chamber. They'll kind of spark it with like, you'll see like this woman like kind of spark like lightning into the central sphere, as it kind of will like kind of be energized for a little bit, and then after about 20 minutes of like keeping up like the electrical energy, you'll see another like the old man who opened the chamber originally will like, you'll see him cast some kind of spell that you don't recognize, and as he'll kind of like put his hand on the sphere, and he'll kind of turn towards the dean and kind of shake his head. Looks like we don't have anything beyond our normal knowledge. Nothing new, at least. That was good.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well then. Good. Glad that that could be sorted out as quickly and efficiently as it could be.
I'm glad too. Well, as I've said, I want you to keep your discretion on this. I won't talk about the fact of what you ran into, and don't talk about what you saw down here. The work we're doing down here is not always... is looked on by the world in a mixed bag. So some of it is kept out of the limelight, if you understand what I'm saying.
I understand. I understand completely. This is dangerous experimentation that not everyone, can accept. If I come across other dangerous Phyrexian technology, should I just bring it to you?
Contact me first, and we'll worry about if if it can be moved or not. Not all Phyrexian technology remains dangerous. Our elemental friend was guarding the forest he was in. Seemingly, his at least orders were seemingly written by the elemental side. Only our general worry about him is what brought him here. We're going to study him for a while, and if he finds out to be safe, we'll return him back where he came from. If not, we can destroy him if he is a danger.
All right.
Similar things can occur. We can take a look at something, figure out if it's dangerous, but the general technology on its own is not necessarily dangerous, and I'm sure there are plenty of places one who studies archaeology can run into things like this. So I will say, if you do run into something, use your discretion. Don't play around with something, and if it looks dangerous, come to us. If it doesn't look dangerous, then be smart about it.
I can do that, I believe. I believe I can do it.
Excellent.
Well, if there's anything else, I should probably be getting back to my studies effectively.
You should. And next time you see Joda, tell him to keep an eye out on you more.
Will do.
Okay.
I will skedaddle back home.
Hey, you took care of the problem.
I took care of the problem. I have a new bag of holding.
Uh-huh. Your pile of junk is still out in the yard.
I would have collected it at least and put it in a nice pile.
Okay, that's good. All right. Do you want to continue exploring horrible rooms?
Yes.
No.
Because there's the basement.
There is the basement. There are rooms in both of the basements. Basement 1 or basement 3 do you want to go to first?
Basement 1 first, please.
Okay. All right. What room are you going to go to?
We
Which
just nearly destroyed a continent, and you're like, I'm gonna keep going.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I can cast Identify if you find it shitty.
Which one?
I should have remembered I can cast Identify.
Okay, here we go. Basement 1. I guess E.
Okay.
We'll just go down the line.
All right. So within E, you're going to find a room that has it's kind of got a raised dais and looks to be a coffin or sarcophagus with a glass top on it, and like all kinds of like what look to be flowers surrounding the room, all of which are not dead.
I'll look at the sarcophagus. You said it has a glass top.
Oh, it's got a glass top. It has a very familiar looking woman inside it.
Ah, the wife. I will make note of such. Also, do I see anything?
Like just like looking around at her. Oh, your sight. Oh yeah, no, there seems to be magic on the coffin and magic on the flowers.
What kind of magic?
I have to look up what kind of spell this is.
I'm
Is it
guessing
gentle
something that-
repose?
yeah,
Gentle
I'm guessing-
repose.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it's necromancy.
Yeah,
It is necromancy. There's necromancy all around you.
Okay,
Can
well,
you
that's
feel the necromancy tonight?
I don't want to feel it, please.
Putting the romance back in necromancy.
God.
Uh-huh.
I don't see anything directly dangerous about that, but I don't think it's anything that we really need to do anything with either.
I guess
So
everybody's here now because you keep going and they're staying with you to make sure you don't get into trouble. You're like, we really should stop that. You're like, nah, we gotta keep going.
Dead guy's wife. I'm just gonna close the door because I don't think you need to handle it.
Dead guy's wife. It's
Well,
like,
what else am I
you
gonna
like
say?
open up, it's like, yep, she's
Actually,
still dead.
wait. Is there any plaque or anything?
No,
I was hoping for a name. God damn it.
no name on it. It doesn't actually seem to have her name. That's one of the weird things, is you do not know this guy's name. Even Joda did not mention to Catherine his name.
That's why I was hoping that maybe there'd be something,
Yeah.
listed here.
To be fair, I didn't ask.
No.
No, but you think that we would find something with the name somewhere. Well, I'm just going to close the door back up and continue looking around because we don't need a dead wife.
Mm-hmm. You don't need a dead wife. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's just gentle repose, so it's nothing like super dangerous. So
Mhm.
I will go then to what is it? F next.
F next. All right, opening up F, you find that in that room is stored with furniture. All kinds of furniture. Paintings,
Hey, I think I
statues.
found all the missing furniture.
It seems to be a supply of the missing furniture is in here.
Max, you want to
Yes.
inventory this? We could keep some of it, but some of it might be actually worth selling.
What items are these?
Furniture and paintings.
Furniture and paintings.
Oh,
Gotcha.
anything magical.
Am I able to do I have like an appraisal ability that I'm unaware of, or
You kind of
Well,
just say.
You're a
can.
merchant. I would think you'd be able to do something.
Roll knowledge adventure.
what do I do, Matt?
Genesis joke.
Just roll me like this is straight like intelligence, we'll say.
Ooh. That's
Or-
a saving throw, right? Or my actual
Actual
intelligence.
just intelligence.
Or could it be an investigation?
I ain't too bright, guys. I'm pretty dumb. I ain't got no brain up in here.
I'm gonna say it this way. It's like you take a look at them, and the unfortunate thing is you do not recognize any of these styles of furniture. So it's less that you don't have the ability to judge their actual prices with the state they're in. You can like identify, oh, it's in this state, this is in this state, this is how well this one is. It's more that you don't have a base ground to work from with these. You haven't seen these styles and stuff too, these paintings. They all look in relatively good shape. They look very good quality. They probably could fetch a pretty good price, but you'd probably have to look into what kind style they are, how old they are, like things like that to figure out their actual prices,
I can't seem to get a good grip on how much this is going to pay out for us, Claude. And if I'm being honest with you, I'm terrified of selling anything from this place because, for all we know, it might be haunted and or cursed.
No, none of it seems magical of any sort. I don't think we'd have to really worry about it being a problem that way.
I mean, I suppose I could ask around town or something to get an estimate, since maybe the local townsfolk might have a better idea than me.
Yeah, I mean, we could at least make a list, an inventory of what we have, and go from there.
That would work.
Well, it's something we can look into a little more in the future. Now to room G.
When am I getting married?
G for good God, why are you still doing this?
Room G is when you first open it, you are taken aback and frightened because like you're just like, holy crap! There's like a large creature in front of you, and then you realize it's not moving.
Good God, why are you still doing this?
It's stuffed.
Yeah, this seems to be a collection of creatures that are stuffed, of various sizes.
Kind of like a dead zoo.
Kind of like a dead zoo.
Can't say I've ever been a fan of taxidermy. It seems a bit cruel and unusual.
Could fetch a price, though.
Shouldn't I be the one saying that?
Yeah.
You should.
Yes.
Carrion, do you want to go smoke weed instead of doing this?
Always.
Okay, cool.
I'll join you guys.
Oh, awesome! You can't even smoke weed. It'll
I
be
can't,
great.
but I'll be the designated bard.
All right.
Someone's got to play music for you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Within I, you will discover a collection of jars on shelves. Each jar has a humanoid head in it. There are probably maybe about 100 of them in here.
Magic.
No,
Are you guys,
actually,
like,
no magic.
Smoking
was
right
on
now?
these.
I kind of want to go back and hang with Claude now.
You can go do that. Carrion and I are gonna go smoke some weed.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll join you guys in due time. My curiosity is a bit...
Yeah, you'll show up as like Claude's gonna be in this room, and you'll be like, you just like take a step in, and you'll be like, oh my god, because it's just like
I think we should head out.
Claude, what is this room?
I don't know. I think we should head out. This is not a way to get ahead in the world.
Boo!
This is no time for puns.
Let's just hope the next room doesn't contain the bodies.
no. Next room is another wine
Actually,
cellar.
basement.
How many rooms are left?
Jay, 3 more
it's like a
after
fun
this
house.
cellar. Yeah, it's another
Yeah.
wine cellar. This one's locked, so you're not sure why, but this one's locked.
How firm
I'm
is the
gonna-
lock?
Well,
It was a pretty decent lock.
magical
Yeah.
site. Are these battles?
No,
No?
it just seemed to be like, well, wine and other alcohols.
I'm gonna pull out a bottle.
Okay.
I thought it was locked.
Well, the
I
room
am-
was locked.
The room was locked. I unlocked it.
Oh. I suppose these could fetch a fine price. I'm sure
Knowledge
there's no such thing as
history?
cursed wine.
Sure, knowledge history.
There's probably cursed wine.
Hey, you'll take a look at a few of the bottles. You'll find that these bottles in here are old. Like, this is probably incredibly expensive in here. Like, the other wine cellar had some decent selection of stuff. This is stuff that you would find, like 1,000 years old, like wine, you know, that's still perfectly sealed and preserved, you know, like, this is, like, really ancient stuff, or, like, really, like, expensive stuff, rare things.
I think we could probably pop a couple of these for your wedding.
I would rather sell these, as that would probably be a better use for any potential money we could get.
Yes.
That would be a waste to drink this.
I would still like to at least drink one.
How many are here?
It is a room filled with stuff.
I'm going to take one bottle with us for right now.
Sure. You'll take a bottle that's marked I'll tell you what your bottles are. You each have a bottle. You know, but I'll tell you there later. Okay, heading to basement 3.
Yes.
Oh, these are such wonderful rooms. These are really hard and will take you time to break open, and maybe even require Kaz's help. You might have to call upon Kaz to get these open.
I'll be right back, Claude.
Thank you. I think they're magical in nature.
Hey, Catherine, how high are you right now?
The goblin you are trying to reach is currently blazed out of his fucking mind.
Does that mean you operate better with heavy machinery or worse?
Why?
Claude really wants to open a door in the basement, and it looks like it might have a magical lock that we can't seem to do without your help.
Remember, we're also doing this over a period of time, not all in one day.
It's true. All right, fine. I'll spell some magic and
Tell him there's a good bottle of wine in it for him.
Also, as payment for this, we might have a drink to wash down some of the weed.
oh, well, why didn't you, Katie? They have alcohol.
Finally aged too.
Alcohol?
They have alcohol.
Why didn't they invite us?
How dare
You guys wanted to smoke. We didn't want to interrupt that. We didn't know it was behind a door anyway.
Maxwell, when do we not want to be crossfaded to all hell and back?
It's true.
Fair, but I mean, I was going to offer you one to begin with. So,
All right, well, if we're
assistance from
getting
both
paid
of
in
these?
alcohol.
Okay.
Sure. As long as you know the payment's good, I will help you pick these locks or whatever.
Amazing. Oh, actually, hold on. I brought a bottle with me from there. I'm just gonna pop it open so you guys can have a swig.
I would also tell you that it's 1,000-year-old wine.
Fair warning, this is quite old.
Older than you?
Older than me.
Oh shit, that's really old.
I didn't know that was possible.
I didn't
Right?
either.
All right, you'll enjoy it. So I'm guessing you're going to open room C.
Yes.
I will cast Dispel Magic.
Okay. You'll certainly
Do I-
dispel the arcane lock on it, allowing...
Wait a second. I have that spell too. I didn't know that's what we needed to open it.
Too late, you already gave us the wine.
Do it on the next door. There's 3 doors down here.
Yeah.
3 doors down?
Yeah.
In this room, you'll see, like, a number of tables along the walls, containing all kinds of metal bits and what look to be physical components of creatures. You'll see a number of, like, these, like, broken vats, where the materials within are shattered out. And there are 4 creatures chained up in here. There's this massive creature that's probably about 12 foot tall, which is kind of like covered in chains, and it looks like it's kind of like rotting away, but still like partially intact. And it seems to sort of be in the back of the room. This thing that seems to be chained up. There are 2 creatures which are chained up, which seem to be dead. They seem to be like what looks to be skeletal remains of something that is also combined with metal bits. And you have another one, which is this person that's kind of like there, who, like, as it opens the door, he, like, kind of turns towards you, he's like, help me! As he, like, reaches out with this human hand, as you can see there's this, like, horrible, like, metal arm that's been kind of moved onto him, as his body seems this combination of what Kazrin can easily tell is like Phyrexian technology that's just been grafted onto this person.
Magical eyes?
Yeah.
Hello?
No, this place is kind of awful.
Are these creatures, do they have any intelligence? Like the one that's still
Let's see
chained?
here. You're going to guess the giant one that's chained up seems to be actually some kind of Phyrexian horror, which is still partially alive. It's partially decaying, too. Seems to be in a state of perpetually dying. Something's keeping it alive. 2 of them seem to be experiments that were created attempting to merge Phyrexian technology with people. Didn't go well. One's still alive, but seems to be in eternal torment. As you can see, like, it looks as though parts of his body have necrosed away, and other parts of him kind of remain, as, like, his face still kind of remains a little bit, and he's got, like, weird things attached to him. As he, like, kind of reaches out, "Kill me."
Oh, well, if you... I have a crossbow.
Okay, so my internet's been like really funky. I didn't hear too much of that.
Well, I think when he does long things like that, his
My
audio.
noise gate might do it.
Yeah, your noise gate.
He's
cancels
like,
it out.
kill me, help me.
Okay.
What happened to you?
I have family.
Where are they?
They went first, never saw again. Please. It hurts. It hurts.
Okay, instead of questioning this man, I think I'm just going. If
Hey,
you know what all on.
You're not gonna kill him, are you?
Well, he wants to die. He's in eternal pain.
Who did this to you? Do you know the name?
Don't shake his head. No.
Okay, I look at you.
Bad man.
Can I detect thoughts on him?
Sure.
Oh boy.
All right.
When has when have you casting detect
Please
thoughts ever gone well?
Give me a wisdom save.
Oh boy. Oh fuck, dude.
You just hold your head and keel over when feeling him, as it's like, it's probably he's been down here for decades, being probably kept alive by the Phyrexian machinery attached to him. That's probably all that's kept him alive. And it's just decades of torment. That he's been in constant pain, suffering, every second of that existence. And you feel all of it. And it just kind of overwhelms you, washing over you.
Does that like incap me or make me lose health from that? Because that sounds pretty damn painful.
No, it's more like you like just kind of collapse down and kind of like, you know, like if you could throw up, you would be. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
I clutched my hand on my heart. And like I breathe even though I have no lungs.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, drag him out the room. We're gonna leave the room. I'm gonna kill him. I don't know if he's gonna like explode when he dies or not.
can I at least try something before you do that?
Shouldn't I try and kill him, considering,
Please.
you know...
Let me try something at least.
Yeah, but I can do it from a distance is the thing.
What do you want to do?
Let me look at my spells. I cast Healing Word on him to see if that does anything.
No.
It does not.
He's beyond healing.
I put both my hands together and try Mass Cure Wounds on him.
That.
And mass just means it does multiple people.
Goes there.
What?
Say again?
Who goes there?
Oh, good. The other one's awake now.
As that large thing, you just see this like red glowing eye on one side of its face where it's not melted away, kind of just like kind of glow. As you can hear this kind of voice kind of emanating from you're not sure where, because you can't really see its mouth moving. As it's this kind of like creature with like two massive like arms covered in huge claws that seem to be like partially metal, and these two tiny arms kind of in the center that kind of like are like all of these things are chained up, and the two arms are like covered in these like kind of like spines and spikes. As the thing kind of open this like first mouth that's covered in kind of filled with fangs and stuff, as you can like hear a voice coming from somewhere in it.
I step back a few steps.
Okay, again, leave.
My name is Maxwell.
Just leave the room. I'm going to blow it up.
These things shouldn't.
Also, you don't just give your name out.
Yeah.
Why not?
Sometimes that gives people power over you.
Does anything happen by saying my name?
You haven't noticed anything yet.
Say my
Or-
name.
Max, I'm just kind of like taking your shoulder and starting to pull back.
I take your hand off me.
Maxwell, here's what's going to happen. I'm about to cast a big fiery explosion into this room. You can be in it, or you can be outside. One of them wants to die, and I'm pretty sure it's a good idea to kill the other.
But what if these things are victims of something?
Then let's not let them be victims any longer than they have to be.
Max, if that was me, I'd want to be released.
I am Ashtok.
You're cutting out a lot, man.
You're cutting out so
Sorry.
much. Of
Yeah.
I don't know why it's cutting out lately. The Discord reset on me, and it must have reset the noise gate or something. Is all I can think of.
Yeah, I think it's the noise gate. Whenever you do a certain pitch,
like a
and
raspy
Let me
voice.
just quickly.
that's elongated, it does it.
Where is my noise gate? It shouldn't be so sensitive. Cause it's got to be in Discord.
Discord.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off the noise reduction for now. Maybe that'll stop it from doing that, because I don't really have a lot of background noise. Maybe that one. It's like, release me! I am
There we go.
Shock, Lord of the Seventh.
Do you hear that? He's Lord of the Seventh. I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad.
Yeah.
I slept for so many years. And
Is this
then-
the guy?
No, this is the big thing.
Max, I think you've done enough.
Okay,
Hey,
everyone.
Maxwell, if you're not out of this room in about 5 seconds, I'm going to drag you out.
Do not worry.
I'm gonna
share our secrets like I did with the other.
Look, I like secrets as much as the next person, but do you know what I like a lot more than secrets? Is everyone out of the room?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I step back.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the door. Fire. I like fire more than I like secrets. And I'm gonna cast Fireball
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and close the door.
Mm-hmm.
You still got that oil I gave you, Kazran?
Oh, that's a good point. I'm gonna throw oil at them and then cast Fireball. Using my arcane firearm. It's gonna be hella damage.
Are you?
There's a fire explosion in the room.
Let's lock the door.
Mm-hmm. Not quite sure of the results, but the door's now locked.
I feel like I didn't quite get the closure to that I was hoping for.
Well,
We weren't going to save them.
we weren't going to save the one, and the other one was bad. Here's the thing. They might have been victims. You're probably right. I don't think we can fix that.
Carrie, give me a intelligence. Actually, no. Give me a charisma check. An actual charisma check. This is something like.
That's a first.
A charisma check.
Mhm.
I'm surprisingly not horrible at charisma.
Mm-hmm. All right. You sense something from that creature. That creature had a demonic nature. Whatever it was, it's part demon too.
Here's the thing, I'm part demon and I'm resistant to fire.
Yes.
Are we
hey,
sure
Kat?
that the fire did the trick?
Look, I
Hey,
don't
hey.
want. We're locking the. We shouldn't go in there.
Yeah, but if it's demonic in origin, you know, like me, fire doesn't do shit. which
That's a fair
means it's
point.
probably still in that room, and if you burned off its, chains or something, whatever's binding it here, it's free.
I only have I have a bit of acid. Are you immune to acid?
Me specifically, I don't think so. No.
But I'm going to say you probably are aware that some demons are.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Fire
That's why I
Alright.
said me specifically.
Yeah, you specifically know, but some are. Unfortunately.
All right. Here's our options. We open the door again, and if it's free, then we've let it out, and that's bad.
Or-
If it's not free, that could work too.
I don't think I could sleep here at night knowing that thing is in there, alive or
you
dead.
sleep here with the crazy witch in the house. Whole area.
Hey, the crazy witch is pretty chill. She's teaching
I
me
don't
bullshit.
think I honestly don't think
No.
she's chill.
She is not pretty chill. I will just tell you. Carrie is learning bad stuff. It's fine.
You've learned horrible lessons.
And? Your point?
Bad.
You're like a witch's apprentice.
You know what? I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, do I sense anything within 30 feet of me if I detect evil and good?
You have that's an ability?
Yes.
That's
a
really
spell that
funny.
I've had for so fucking long,
Yeah.
man.
There
We've
is
never come
certainly
into
some.
play until now.
There is certainly something fiendish. Mm-hmm.
Is it behind the door?
Yes.
Hey, Kaz, that thing's not dead.
Okay. Okay.
I-
Now here.
I think we made a mistake trying to burn it to death instead of at least trying to talk to it.
I don't want to talk to anything that's offering me horrible secrets.
Okay, here's the thing. I agree with that as part demon myself. Don't talk to demons. They will trick you.
Yeah.
Also, it seems to be some kind of Phyrexian demon, making it even worse.
So
So it's good that we didn't talk to it, but it's not dead.
Yeah. It's also Phyrexians, the people that created us.
is it moving?
It was alive.
No, I mean, like, is it still attached to the wall?
Oh, you don't know. She can't tell that.
I can just tell it's within 30 feet of me.
Yeah. Which is
Do you
where it
hear
was.
anything moving at least?
Which means it's alive.
It was moving when you were in the room, so make a perception check, someone, if they want to listen at the door.
I'll listen at the door.
Sure.
Never been happier to not have ears.
Yeah, there's still some moving in there.
It's moving.
Wait, moving as in it's like free of its chains moving around the room?
No, I'll tell you, it sounds like the chains are still there.
It's chained up still.
Okay. Okay.
Well, that's good at least.
I'm going to re-lock the door magically.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, I guess D.
So,
D.
all in agreement to never speak of that room again?
Yeah, this is going on the do not enter list.
Why
Yes.
don't we take our break here
Okay.
because we were a little late for it. I was gonna have one break in the middle because we started late, but we went a little late, and then we'll go for DE and probably have a wedding, or at least start a wedding.
Yeah, go on to the next person because I feel like I've been hogging everything.
This has been fun though. So
Okay.
stack, drink, breath, and break. Go ahead and take it.
All right.
With its prey.
Just, yeah, hit me up if you want, like, a crash course on, like, what we can do to, like, potentially help you.
Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome back.
Hi.
Pregnant.
Yes, it's pregnant. Good work, Joe. Claude has been doing some weird stuff. Anyway, you're heading for D, I assume. Or are you
Claude
doing
is-
anything else with C?
No, D.
Alright.
I would like to go back and see, but I don't think you guys would let me.
It's a
No.
bad idea to go back and see.
All right, fair.
Yeah. So, this area is filled with strange glass tubes with creatures inside of them. And these are very unusual creatures. they seem to be kind of suspended in some kind of liquid. That doesn't quite like kind of doesn't fill the tube completely, so there's like a little bit of air in top. But otherwise, these things are in there. There seems to be a number of dissected creatures. There seems to be an area containing jars filled with blood. And these creatures are very weird. There's a cat with wings. There's what looks to be something that's part bear and part owl.
Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be?
Mm-hmm. There's also, like, you can see in the back, there seems to be, like, a preserved body in, like, what looks to be, like, kind of like an alcohol jar of this kind of strange blue man. Like, it seems to be their, like, top half, where it seems like their lower half has been, like, removed. Violently.
Only the one blue man, not a group.
No, just one blue man. Not a
Well, there
group.
was another blue creature upstairs.
Body structure looks different.
No,
I know,
I
yes.
try to make the group.
Yes. You could collect them and have a group. Yeah. There are a lot of weird creatures in here. There's a dog with tentacles kind of ringing around its neck and what it looks like a crocodile tail.
I'm totally on nope on this place. Anyone else?
I think this room is great.
You forget, magic-based genetics is a thing that people at Tolarian studied.
This room is cool. I like this room.
It's all yours.
All right. Biology's not really my field of study, but it's
Magic
cool.
eyes just for the hell of it.
Yeah, there is a magic on all of these chambers. Let me give you it. I think it's technically some form of, I believe, enchantment on all of them. Let me check just to make sure. Yeah, some kind of enchantment on all these. It is not necromancy on all these chambers.
They're enchanted.
Yeah.
Wait, enchantment?
Yeah, enchantment.
That's the school of magic that does like charming people.
Mm-hmm.
Also binding and stuff.
Roll an Arcana.
I will.
I will too.
That's not Arcana.
I know nothing.
Nope.
Hey, my rolls suck ass today.
Huh. Anybody else want to roll Arcana? Oh, a Max
Hi.
rolls Arcana. Okay.
Hi.
So, Carrie, you're kind of thinking for a minute, and you're like looking at it. You're like, enchantment. All these things are alive. They're being kept in some kind of like sleep state. It must be some kind of powerful form of the sleep spell. There's like legends of like a sleep curse that put someone to sleep and preserved them. It must be something similar to that. You could technically wake up any of these things.
I don't want to.
Don't you want a flying cat or an owlbear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or a dog with a crocodile tail.
And tentacles.
Yes.
Yeah, and tentacles.
The
Yeah.
tentacles.
And
list,
one half
though.
of a blue man group man.
That's
But-
dead because it's not magically enchanted. It's preserved in like alcohol or something. That one's
But-
preserved.
Owl bear.
Mhm. You
I'm
could-
not actually going to wake any of them up. I am going to say, pretty sure all of these things are just asleep, and technically we could wake any of them up.
I vote no.
Yeah, I don't actually want to wake any of them up. I just think the room is cool. These are cool animals in this room.
Well, if you want to come back and check it out sometime, you can.
I might. When I'm less high, probably.
Probably a good idea.
Oh, thank you.
Well, one room left.
Okay. You open the door and find yourself in a massive chamber filled with mechanical devices. Strange, like tubings filled with all kinds of strange liquids. All of which sort of attach together to a group of, like, wires, pipes, and stuff that seem to be channeled into a central part of the room. Where upon a chair is this figure.
Oh boy. Magic eyes?
A lot.
There's a lot of magic in here.
Hey, let's be quiet. Because that's a figure. I don't know if they're...
Freedom.
Con-
Oh god.
It was...
Finally. Did they finally send you to open it up?
Hey, who are you?
Don't you recognize your master in all his glory?
No.
No, because I don't normally have a master unless we're into some really kinky roleplay.
And that would usually
he's
be a
kind of
mystery
gonna, like,
problem.
start to stand up as, like, you'll see, like, the wires and, like, tubings and stuff kind of tear off of him that he's kind of been attached to, as this kind of figure that seems to have, like, a weird, almost looks like metal body will kind of like kind of stand up, kind of look at you, kind of like peering, as you can kind of see, like, it looks humanoid, but there's just something off about everything about how it's formed and shaped and stuff.
I don't like
Claude, I
those.
believe this was your idea.
Come now. Don't tell me you've forgotten who owns you. They, of course, sent you down here with the key, finally, to let me out. Were they
Listen,
afraid?
the only one that owns me is an elf.
I just want to start singing You Don't Own Me.
Mhm. Were they afraid of me? Is that it?
Again, I don't know who you are.
I don't know.
Yeah, none
what
of us
you
do.
are.
He's going to take a step forward. Take another step forward. Kind of finally flexing off the remainder of, like, what was attached to him.
Should we close this door and get the hell out of here?
I'm considering it.
Do we think a door will hold him?
If I lock it magically, it might.
Don't. Eh.
I've slept for so long. Waiting. Are you sure you're not my servants or their workers? Have they tricked you into this? Worried that their delay in freeing me will result in their punishment?
I have a
For it
question.
will.
Hey, DM, I got a question about this man.
Sure.
Do he got eyes?
He got eyes that look to be made of, like, some kind of crystal.
Well, fuck. I vote in favor of closing the door and locking, and setting up one of my turrets down here to shoot anything that exits the room, and fleeing the country. Everyone else, any ideas? I'm open to suggestion.
I'm fine with that. I'm going to take it a step back.
He's gonna start taking to move forward towards the door.
Okay, let's close the door.
Out of here. Close the door. Lock it.
Yep. Casting Arcane Lock. And setting up a turret.
He's gonna kind of like, you'll hear the thunk on the door. Come now. Don't you worry. You weren't going to be punished for their mistakes. Not yet, at least. Let your master out. I have waited too long since my rebirth. I can feel the strength of me. I am no longer the weak and feeble creature I was, and it's time for me to bring my revenge against all those that denied me, that said that it was too much to save her. I shall tear their eyes out.
Definitely the person who used to own this house.
Yeah. Did it have a tongue?
You can't tell. He can speak.
Who is this dude?
The guy who
Yeah,
used
we'll
to own
look
this
in
place.
Maxwell.
Yeah, this was like
Owner?
the previous owner of this house. He's been locked down here gathering magical strength for like however long he's been gone and we thought dead. I'm
30
gonna
something
contact
years?
Seems like he tried to rebuild himself as to some kind of higher being using a combination of genetic magic, Phyrexian technology, and whatever else he can put together.
Hey, that's my whole shit. He bit my bit.
Yeah, he did.
This just feels like H.P. Lovecraft mixed with like something else, man.
Yeah, this is some Lovecraftian bullshit. Like
Mhm.
some Isle of Dr. Moreau nuttery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it because like his wife died, and it seems like he's claiming that he tried to get help, and for whatever reason they didn't help him, so now he's claiming revenge.
Cool motive, still sucks.
Oh yeah, no, he's kind of awful. He did kind of do everything in his power to get revenge and become some kind of horrible being, and like also probably killed a lot of people, and also has that collection of heads. So I mean, yeah.
And also has been pulling things from other dimensions here that are
Oh.
quite interesting.
Oh god, yes, he has been fucking around with stuff that he shouldn't have been for a while now.
Kaz, did you tell us about anything that happened at the academy?
I think I need to go talk to my professor.
I think we need to burn the house down.
I have
I don't
stuff.
know if that's going to stop it.
Also, I have like other plans for today. I think we all had other plans for today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a marriage planned.
Wedding.
Yeah, Maxwell has to get married today, and I don't think this person is an officiant.
I'm pretty sure the only one that counts as an officiant here is Radiant. Oh,
I'm
maybe we should go
technically a
tell
ship
Radiant.
captain. I can officiate if we're on the boat. I was going to build a boat.
We're not on a boat. However, I do think we should go inform Radiant that we found the previous owner of the house, and he's insane.
In the base.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go find Radiant.
I'm gonna go to school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cry.
What's up, Carrie?
Okay, this time it wasn't me.
What happened?
So Claude really wanted to go explore some more of the rooms, and
Uh-huh.
a lot of things went wrong. So the rest of us decided to join him, just in case things went wrong again. Which they
Uh-huh.
did. We kind of found the old master of the house. He's currently insane in the basement. He has like crystal's eyes, weird crystal eyes, and I'm pretty sure he's probably more powerful than all of us combined, except for maybe you.
Did he get out?
And we don't know what to do. No, Kaz locked the door with an arcane lock, and I'm pretty sure left a turret in front of the door. Oh, also I should mention there's some sort of devilish, fiendish, Floridian, I forgot.
Phyrexian.
Floridian?
Yeah, Floridian.
Phyrexian.
I'm right here.
My brain said Floridian.
Floridian.
I'm just saying.
My brain said Floridian. So honestly, that's a very Carrie thing to say. Phyrexian in the basement as well. Also locked behind a door. Kaz tried to throw a fireball in there, and it was only after that I realized, hey, kind of seems familiar. Oh yeah, that's very demonic. Probably the fire didn't do anything, and I was right. He is still alive, but locked again behind an arcane lock. As I stated, not my fault this time. I didn't do it. In fact, you should be proud of me. I have the ability to wake up an owlbear, and I decided no.
A what?
An owlbear. It looks like an owl, but it has the body of a bear. It's really cute, but I decided that maybe that's not a good idea to wake up an enchanted owlbear.
I think I should have gone with
So
you guys next time you go investigate anything anywhere, because I'm just...
Probably. I just want you to be proud of me for that one specific thing, and not be mad at
Sure.
me because it wasn't my fault that we released the master of the house.
Did it look like he could have gotten free previously?
Couldn't be honest, wasn't paying so much attention.
Like,
Probably not.
you unlocked a door, and then relocked it.
Uh-huh.
Theoretically, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here. Maybe he couldn't have gotten out on his own, which is good because he's still trapped there. But it's also bad because it means if he does find a way out, now with inspired to try to get out, because he knows we're here, he might be pissed off at us.
Yeah. I think Kaz went to go talk to his professor for some reason. I don't know. He's
Hopefully we
just
get
as much of a nerd
assistance,
as I
because
am.
I really think we need assistance on this one.
Usually. That's why I came to you, because usually you help us fix our issues.
Let's see what Kaz comes back with, if he gets help or not, and if he can't get help, we'll sit down and think of something.
Burn down the house. Got it.
That seems like a bad idea, because I'm... Already there's something that you said was not vulnerable to fire. And where was this at?
Basement.
Right.
Sub basement.
I don't know if fire would get that far down.
We start the fire in the basement.
Then that just might burn and free everything that's down there.
What if we find another one of those really bad explosive devices that could destroy a continent and
what
put it in
now?
the basement? Oh, did Kaz not tell you about that? It was his fault. It wasn't mine.
I hate that you're right.
I've just been talking to the evil witch.
You've been what now? Oh,
Oh, did I
God.
not mention that one either?
Oh, Sarah's light, give me strength.
I don't think Sarah's listening to us.
No. Alright, you. Dining room. Everybody else. Yes, you. Go sit down in the dining room. Enjoy some lunch, but just stay there. For like an hour while I figure out what's going on and get everybody else together. Don't leave that room. And
Don't leave the
touch-
dining room.
Yeah,
Got it.
Don't.
Can I
touch
go grab my weed first?
Fine. But don't touch anything else. Really don't touch anything else. And don't start any fires. At least not yet.
Understandable.
Anyway. I'm gonna go look for everyone else. Kaz!
I'm gonna go find Joda. Also, I just googled Joda, so that's fun for me.
Yeah!
I'm
Yeah.
gonna knock on his door.
Mm-hmm. Ah, Kaz. Back again.
Hi.
Now,
Yeah.
what problem have you come across? In your
Okay, this
exploration?
one isn't on me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, number one, the headmistress said you should keep a closer eye on me. With that in mind,
Apparently.
the person who you said you had done some work for, and like, you know, at the house, the
Mhm.
horrible cursed mansion,
Mm-hmm.
is alive,
Oh.
and in the sub basement,
Mm-hmm.
and is currently behind a magically locked door that I magically locked with the turret guarding it.
Mm-hmm.
He also has gone through incredibly extensive biomodification. Like, the shit that I'm considering times like 1,000. It's insane.
Hmm. What seems
So
to be
question,
his
is he
state
going
of
to...
mind?
Well, he thinks he's the master of everyone. Or at least all of us.
Well, you are living in his house.
We own the house. Legally.
That's a technicality because he was assumed dead. Apparently he's not. So, according to bylaws, he probably could take over the household again.
Well, the bank foreclosed on his house, so at that point, I think the right of ownership passed to the bank and then to us legally. That's besides the point. How fucked are we? Excuse my, candor, but how fucked are we?
Well, it's obviously he's experimenting on a lot of material.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like an issue that I'm just gonna put this out on a limb here. Perhaps you should talk to other people who would actually assist you in this matter.
Oh, so you're not going to help?
Unfortunately, I don't usually help out in a lot of things. It seems as though currently it is not a problem. But I can understand you wishing for the possibility of the problem being resolved. That is why I'm saying, because it is not a problem, I will not do anything. Do you understand that?
So you think that the arcane lock that me, have placed on the door should cover it for the moment?
Probably.
Because if not, then I'd define that as a problem.
This is what becomes the possibility of problem. It's hard to say how long your lock would hold in comparison to his own lock. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you have a concern there, I would suggest... Well, you probably have two people you could call out for, who would be more than willing to assist you on this circumstance, where it's before it's a problem. But if it becomes a problem, let me know.
Do you have a way to contact you quickly?
No.
Alright. Excellent. If you hear a very, very big explosion from the direction of the mansion, you should assume it's become a problem.
I'm
guessing...
is soundproofed.
Alright, well that's a design flaw on your part. I'm guessing the headmistress is one of the people I can go talk to who'd be willing to help.
There's a reason why I let you be my assistant.
It's then come so goddamn cute. I'm going to go ask the headmistress. You said there was a second person now?
Yes.
Is it Nim? Because he's a bit out of contact.
I'm sure he left you with some way to contact him.
Oh, that's probably true. And just to make sure, you weren't talking about Slitna King, right?
Your Kraken associate would probably be very helpful in various circumstances, and in case of emergency, probably wouldn't be bad to call upon. Logically speaking. But in this case, I think subtlety would be much more useful. Because you're not looking to overpower something which has an unknown level of physical and magical enhancement to it, but to continue to keep it contained.
Okay, here's one more question before I go talk to the headmistress.
Yes.
What's his name?
An excellent question. Dolmar.
Dolmar. Okay. Great. I'm going to go talk to the headmistress now. You've been a degree of helpful. That's all I'm going to say with regards to that. I'm going to go try to help clean this problem up. I'm going to go as fast as my little legs can carry me up to the headmistress's office. Hello, headmistress. We have yet another problem. This one is the fault of neither me nor Joda.
All right.
Are you familiar with a man by the name of Dolmar?
Yes.
Okay, he
His
lives in my
name-
basement.
Wait, what?
You know his house, the mansion.
Yes.
We purchased it.
Yes, I know of that man.
Okay, we were attempting to look through some of the locked doors, and one of them he was behind and alive and heavily modified, and he's awake. And I locked the door with an arcane lock, and I placed a turret in front of it for defensive measures. I talked to Joda, and since it's not an active problem, he will not be helping. And that's that on that.
So you're saying that a powerful spellcaster is in your basement, locked up, and what? He's dangerous?
I believe very dangerous. He believes himself to be at least our masters and also vengeful towards, I'm guessing, the college.
Do you see what he is, what he did to himself?
Full body modification. Like, I've replaced just the lungs, full body modification on that one. Phyrexian pop, probably. Almost certainly.
I was afraid something might have happened with him that was a result of some kind of experimentation, but I was hoping that he didn't live up to his ancestors' reputation.
Ancestors?
Lim-Dûl is a descendant of a powerful necromancer from a few thousand years ago. One who was known to have terrorized the entire world during the Ice Age.
Well, shit. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea what to do, and I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. We didn't anticipate this when we just bought what we figured was a ruined mansion that we got a good deal on.
You think he's contained for now?
For the moment, I'm a very good spellcaster, and the arcane lock should hold for some time. I don't know how long.
What else have you found in that place?
A lot. From other planes.
How?
Apparently, he has a doorway that can open to other planes.
A functioning gate? He has
Possibly.
a functioning gate of some kind?
I mean, I have no idea if it's functional or dysfunctional because I don't know how to activate it to find out.
Alright. But he obviously got it working to a degree.
That's what the witch said.
The witch.
There's a witch that also lives on the property. All right, how much time do you have to go through all the bullshit that is this house that we purchased?
Not a lot right now.
Okay.
Here's what I'm going to do. First off, I'm going to send for some specialists. Second off, I'm going to send a few people to your house. You escort them. Take them to the doorway. I will have them cast some powerful magics to continue to reinforce that door. So for now, he'll be trapped. And Lim-Dûl will not escape. It's obviously he's been down there for some time, regardless, and escaping is probably not easy on his own. Yes?
Yes.
Great. Then, we will talk about what the hell is in your household, at your house, with a few folks that I think would be very good and experts on a lot of this stuff and be able to assist. That's also after I call in some folks who might have to call in some of their own folks.
I'm going to recommend not the Society of Mishra. They're going to be way too excited about things, and it will just kind of turn exploitative in ways that I don't think any of us want.
Why would I call upon them? They're just a lowly society within us. I was going to call on some of the other headmasters.
Fair. It's just they know a lot about Phyrexian technology, or at least have an interest in it, so they might have some expertise that.
Yes, I forgot. They're studying artifice and such, and most of what they do is study the basics of it, like the ruined mechs and soldiers and stuff, and seeing how to recreate some of their stuff. I understand their society probably skirts a line, but whatever. That's not important right now. So yes, send out some messages. Get some people there. Hopefully help take care of the problem, which is obviously right there. At least seal it away for now. We talk about everything you found and what to do with these things. Because obviously there are things that are here that are very dangerous and should be contained. Or destroyed.
Yeah. Yes, I would agree with that. It was a bad idea to consider not. To even consider not telling you about this. This was a mistake. I have regrets.
Look, I can call on someone that's a planar expert. Knows stuff from... who studied things from other planes. Back in the days that a lot of gates were open. I have a few planar experts, and I'll try to bring them all in.
Should let you know, we're also going to be contacting Nim.
That's probably a good idea, too. He knows a few things, too, but I don't know how much he knows. He's a mystery.
Okay. I have just realized that I absolutely left the most impulsive member of our group back there, and I'm going to make sure that she's probably safe. I want to make sure that she didn't also burn the house down.
Have someone at your gates, so that when the two I send who can help seal your door more arrive, they'll be ready.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna run now.
Okay. Karen, are you still in the dining room?
Well, yeah, Radiant told me to stay there. I just went and got my weed, and now I'm, just smoking in the dining room.
Okay.
I'm in the basement watching the door.
Okay. Radiant will proceed to go to everyone else and throw them into the dining room. Save for you, who was when she'll find you, she'll take a look at the door and be like, just keep an eye out for now.
That's what I'm doing.
If anything happens, just run and get us, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to keep everybody else in the dining room so they don't do anything stupid again.
And if that door seems to be getting weak, I will go into giant form and yell for you guys.
Your giant form wouldn't fit here.
Okay.
Smoke man form.
Not even if I lay down?
I think if you lay down, you'd just be like, it's like being in a crawl space you're too small for, so you'd just be stuck. You're just like,
well, good. I would be pushing back against the door.
This is true. You could keep the door shut. You would be in the most awkward, painful position to do so, but you could do it.
That's fine. I've been torn apart under a freaking cart before.
It was one time, and we fixed both you and the cart, so
Yeah,
I'd say you did a good job.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, if I survived that, I think I can survive some discomfort being squished in a small space.
There you go. There's his full name. Lim-Dûl. It's got the little, thingy above his U.
Umlaut.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's...
It's not an umlaut, because it's like a little, hat thing.
Whatever.
It's an accent mark of some sort.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a little early, but this is probably a really good place to stop things, because, this was in your basement, and I've known it's been in your basement for a few weeks, and I didn't know if you were going to go looking for it, so...
Well, we didn't technically go looking for it.
No, you didn't, but you found it.
I was gonna build a boat.
You were gonna build a boat.
You might have built a boat during this time. This wasn't in one day.
Gonna
Yes.
have a nice Jimmy Buffett experience. Make some margaritas.
I don't think I explored every
Lim-Dûl,
single door in one day.
an ancient necromancer who terrorized the world during the Ice Age. He had a bastard child, in Trist, whose bloodline came down to Lim-Dûl. And a descendant of a terrible, terrible man who apparently lives up to the reputation of that terrible, terrible man. Also might have had a knack for necromancy.
Regrets.
Mm-hmm.
We have a few.
I believe my vote was to keep all the doors locked.
It was.
I think that was everyone's vote except for Claude. But then we were like, well, if Claude's gonna get in trouble, we have to be in trouble too. So.
I do think that, Maxwell, this means we absolutely can't rent out any of the rooms in this mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a given at this point. You know,
Also, because now you've looked up Joda and know that he is one of the very few actual immortals on this plane, he actually did battle with Lim-Dûl back in the day.
Huh.
Back during the Ice
Yeah.
Age. He had a big fight with Lim-Dûl. Also, it ended up with Lim-Dûl's hand getting cut off. Things like that. Anyway, let's have people shout out things. Because that's that kind of time. And we can hopefully get to a... like, next week's episode will be like a horrible wizard and a mermaid wedding. That'll
We
be...
might have to do, like, a Pirates of the Caribbean mid-combat wedding.
I hope so.
That'd be pretty awesome.
We'll do the short version. Do you? Do you? Good. You're married. Kiss her. Or- I don't actually. You can't kiss.
He can when he's got the mask on.
You can put your skin form on.
You can just put your skin on, you know.
I mean,
Look,
if
I'm like everyone else. I put
she
my
might
skin
be
on
willing to
myself.
kiss you and not have to worry about putting the skin on because she loves you for who you are.
A bone man.
To be fair, she is also a horrible fish monster.
She
So.
is also a horrible fish monster.
But she's a hot, horrible fish monster.
She is
Well,
a sexy,
yeah.
horrible fish monster.
No one said that monsters weren't sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my profile picture. It's Mothman.
I was gonna say, look at the internet. If they make everything sexy.
Of course, my Mothman is Chibi Mothman, but that does not make me not want. Never mind.
You're attracted to Mothman. We get it.
Uh-huh.
Listen, you've seen his ass.
Yeah.
Mothman's got ass.
Does.
Anyway,
Mothman has cake.
Mads, you got anything to shout out at all or something?
Now, yeah,
You do?
that Tantus and Joe are also in
Yeah.
Unfunny One. We're all in Unfunny One Star Trek game, or as he likes to say, Star Wars game,
Because he never gets it right.
because he never gets it right. No, we're in Unfunny One's Star Trek game Tuesdays. At some time, I don't remember what time.
Like
Time some
8:30
an
or
emotion that I
Like
don't
8:30.
feel.
8:30 Eastern.
Oh,
Indeed.
so 7:30 my time. 7:30
12:30
Central.
Greenwich Mean Time.
You know what? I don't know what that means, and at this point, I'm too scared to ask. But anyway, yeah, I'm just a redneck, and I like duct tape, and I get in bar fights.
Redneck baby
not
boy.
necessarily in that order.
Yeah.
And what's your character like?
To be fair, if I was any more social, I probably would get in bar fights, and yes, I am kind of a redneck.
I mean, look, I'm a giant lizard dude in that game, and it's fun. So, I mean, I'm the doctor also.
You're a giant lizard dude doctor.
Yeah.
I'm the security officer, which is weird.
Who
But
controls
hey.
emotions.
And I also took all the abilities to, like, tank damage. So my joke is, like, that people come up and try to, like, fight me, and I'm like, please stop, please stop. But I also have, like, a security that's nearly maxed out, so I just have to be like, please stop. And then I just, like, karate chop him and knock him down, and I'm like, I didn't want to do that.
You're a paladin.
Yeah.
My engineering is mostly based off of jury rigging farm equipment. But But
I
that
love
doesn't
it.
mean that it's bad. I have a 3 in engineering, so.
Uh-huh.
And
But,
I'm a super scientific beta or bleh.
No,
Benzite.
I'm the Betazoid.
Yeah,
Betazoid, Benzite, and Gorn. Anyway,
with an engineering background.
let's have fish. Say stuff.
Hi everybody, I'm Fish Harlan. You can actually find me at twitch.tv/fishharlan16. I now stream, but only when I'm trying to bake bread, so I have to heat up my room to proof the bread. This week, you can find me directing a stereotypical horse girl movie, but starring a Komodo dragon.
Is it actually about a girl who's part horse?
I can neither confirm nor deny the status of either horses or Komodo dragons vis-a-vis Komodo dragon horse girl movie.
Can I pet the Komodo dragon is my question here.
Absolutely. It might envenomate you, but that's the risk you're going to have to.
Can I give the sugar cubes to the horse?
No.
Lee.
Hey guys, I'm just Lee Belmont. I also stream. You can find me on my Twitch channel, probably speedrunning Paper Mario, because that's my flavor of the month in terms of speedruns. So yeah.
Nice. And then Joe.
You'll also find me on Funny Ones channel on Tuesday or Monday or
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
That was right. My brain's working.
Mine's not.
At 8:30 Eastern. And you'll find me here on Thursdays. And unfortunately, I'm taking a hiatus from Saturdays. So those are the only 2 days you can see me.
Mm-hmm. It is indeed the only
The
two
rest of
days.
the time, you're invisible.
Rest of the time, I'm working my butt off.
Invisibly.
Yes.
Invisible sounds about right. Wow. Do you make that sound effect, though? You would be like, wow. Invisible.
I go.
Ah. As for myself, Dracovin, I'm here most days. If you're looking for RPG stuff, Mondays at 1 p.m. currently. We might change that time to a little later. For Records of Evil, Lawful Evil D&D, same set of Modern Day Faerun. Tuesdays at 2 p.m. for Legacies of Kain, a Vampire the Masquerade game, which has been really fun and crazy. This game at 8 p.m. every Thursday. We're actually going to be starting probably a little later, between 8:15 and 8:30. We just got to change that schedule, so... Just to announce to everybody now, we're probably going to do a more 8:15, 8:30 start time, and then we're probably just going to have one break in the middle, and just keep it at that. So that'll be kind of the schedule. Discussing tabletop, which Joe mentioned, I hopefully will have this Saturday if I can find like a special guest for this week too. As long as I find special like guest hosts, I will have discussing tabletop. I just have to look for them, which means I have to remember to do that tomorrow. And I'll probably stream some gaming with like Stardew Valley and other stuff for my stream games. I've been doing a lot of Stardew Valley, some Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and I've got a list of other games I want to add in, which I really will have fun with, but I'll save those for when I do them, announcing them, for when I actually figure out which ones I'm doing and when. Regardless, until then, I hope you had a really good time. Hopefully we'll actually, we will get that to that wedding next week. We'll figure it out and figure out what's going on with this wizard dude and get some... Because guess what? I'm using this as an excuse to bring in some folks that I was talking about bringing an excuse with that are part of the main storyline. Because who's being called upon? The Weatherlight. Because they know actual planeswalkers they can call on.
Who are you gonna call? Planeswalker.
Like, probably Teferi's going to show up, because he's a dude that's from the Academy that knows shit about planes.
Why didn't we tell them about our house? Why didn't we tell the college about... We should have told the college about our shitty house.
Because we
I
wanted to keep
asked
it a
that
secret.
early on, and everyone's like, no, we don't want to let people know about it.
Because you were worried about the Society of Mishra, because they are probably very bad people to tell, but that's like a small group in comparison to the entire college, technically, and that's like you weren't realizing.
Well, better late than never. I'm calling my Kraken friend.
Slipper Carden can show up, yeah. And your Kraken, your Kraken is the Kraken with like levels of wizard. It's dangerous for things, you know?
My Slipknot Carthel King, my boy, is gonna hit us up and help deal with the shitty wizard in our basement.
Yep.
God, I love my life.
Anyway, thanks all everyone for joining. Hopefully see you next week. Until then, farewell and goodbye. Farewell. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.